check, check. Check audio, check, check.
So now we got the high performance camera.
Yes,
now,
yes,
in
yes.
So we are ready for the reply. 134 posted by Friends United. 134 for 7. And Junaid Nadir will start the attack. Kinar Lewis and Chandra Paul Hemraj, as usual, comes out to the middle. And so Carl, they will need something, what, in the vicinity of 7 runs and over. And so we're just about for the reply. So the news is Chandra Paul Hemraj and Kinar Lewis has made their way to the middle. And in defense, Friends United will be defending 134. Welcome back, Carl.
Yes, Len, 135 to get at an asking rate of 6.75 per over. So call that 6.8 runs per over, the requirement for New York Diamonds as they go in search of 135 runs from the next 120 balls.
So here we go. Nadia runs in. Lewis gets a very good delivery, digs it out, and so a good start here from Junaid Nadir Carl. And the fact is, Friends United will need every single bit of good play, good bowling, good catching, and even some bit of good luck to defend a subpar score of 134. But we've seen a lot of cricket matches, and you never know what could happen.
Yes, Len, this could be what they call a tricky total, where because it's not an imposing sum that's on the board, the chasing team takes a different tactical approach to the run chase, and sometimes we've seen that work to their detriment. So it's the New York Diamonds batsmen will have to be careful about taking a good tactical approach to this chase.
Yes, Carl, and the last time we saw Kinar Lewis in the Big Three final, he was scoring runs and he was guiding his team, the Bangladesh Tigers, on that occasion to a win. Oh, down the leg side, going down the wrong line, helped away. It's up towards the onside and it goes away for 4. So 4 runs off the bat of Kinar Lewis is 4 on the board.
So Kinar is away. And not the right line from Junaid, straying down the leg side, and Kinar helping himself, helping the delivery away to get Diamonds up and running.
So Junaid Nadir had a couple of dot balls, but the ball going down the wrong line. And Kinar Lewis, he's off the mark quite quickly with a boundary. He's up to 4. And so it's 4 without loss, still requiring 131 from 117 balls. Yeah, good better ball here from Junaid Nadir. And Carl, the fact is the bowlers here will certainly be put under pressure. They will have to pick up wickets quite regularly, or they will have to really bowl economically well. So pressure certainly on the bowling team. And Junaid with 4 runs in the over so far. 4 on the board. Oh, flicked away. Look at that. Look at that. Going down the leg side. Flicked away for 6. Off the bat of Kenar Lewis. He goes up to 10. It's 10.
And just a terrible line to bowl with not a lot of runs on the board. Can't bowl in that area, particularly to Kenar Lewis. Can't really pick up any wickets there. And more importantly, it's very difficult to trouble a batsman of the caliber of Kenar Lewis. And so he smashes it away. Goes quickly into double figures. Up to 10 already, 10 on the board. Diamonds needing 135 to win.
Not a good start here from Junaid Nadir. He's given up 6 and he's given up 4. And you're not defending 200 runs, so you can't afford to go for 10 and over. He's already done so. You've got 1 more ball remaining. He's bowling to a top quality T20 player. Kenar Lewis, he's up to 10 from just 5 balls. So ball worked into the onside. We'll wait and see. Hobbling Kenar Lewis. Leg by is a call. And so that completes over number 1. It's 11 of the first over. And so 1 over gone. It's 11 without loss.
So, jersey number 33, Tamid Ahmed, has been given the ball to continue the attack here. He'll be bowling to Kenar Lewis, those on 10, having faced all the deliveries in the prior over. 11 runs on the board.
So Tamid given the ball.
He starts with a wide.
Yeah, this is every run will count here, and the fact is, Carl, the Friends United team does not have a lot of runs to play with, and so wides that gets rebowled becomes a liability. Friends United.
Wicket, ball.
So ball worked up towards the offside, can't score. So yeah, Friends United having posted 134 for 7. And the New York Diamonds team, a powerful team, put together their 12 without loss. Kenar is on 10. We've seen a couple of extras. And so far, Carl, it appears this is going to be a very difficult score to defend, but you never know.
So another wide. And Tamid struggling at the moment with his line. 2 wides already in this over. Extras now totaling 3. 13 on the board. The other extra would have been a leg by from the previous over. So Lewis is on 10. He has faced 7 legal deliveries to this point. in the air and falling into an area where there are no fielders. And so Lewis ambles across for his 11th run, and it brings Hemraj on to strike for the first time.
Yes, Carl, and we're making the point that even the half chances will have to be taken. The ball hanging in the air for a bit, but there was no man around. And so Kinar Lewis hands the strike over to Chandrapal Hemraj. Lewis is on 11. And they're off to a quick start here. They're up to 14 so far. And Chandrapal Hemraj comes in to face his first ball. We've seen 3 runs in this over so far. We've seen a couple of wides and we've seen a single, so Tamit. The game ball going down the leg side, so certainly this is not good bowling here. He's bowled 3 wides in this over so far. Those wides, they keep added to the scorecard, and then you'll have to bowl 3 additional ball. And you never know what can happen. It's 15 on the board.
Bowling, man, bowling!
Are pressure!
He gets an inside edge. And so Chandrapal, he's on his way. He's up to 1 and 16 on the board.
And suffice it to say that this bowling doesn't look like it can take wickets, but sometimes it's not the volume of deliveries that trouble the batsman, but that one delivery that can create that moment of magic. And Friends United needs that moment of magic, and pretty soon before these two get set in the middle, because if they do get set, it could be a short afternoon here inside Marine Park. 16 for no loss. Ball hit well, past mid-on, and this will go in for another boundary. So Lewis opting not to run many to this afternoon, Len, carrying a little bit of a niggle and just dealing in boundaries at the moment. That's his 3rd boundary. He goes up to 15.
Yes, Carl, good looking shot from Lewis. And Carl, you've got to be fearful of attacking batsmen who are not in a position to really run singles and twos, and you know. Oh, there we go. There we go. Into the players' pavilion. And it goes for another boundary. This time a 6 off the bat of Kinar Lewis.
And that's what that's the power of Kinar Lewis, and that's how destructive he can be. And you mentioned last we saw him here on this ground, Len. He was leading the Bangladeshi Tigers to an emphatic win in a Duckworth-Lewis outcome. Rain came, which saved the bowlers from Kinar Lewis, who was on an onslaught that afternoon, just hitting balls like golf balls out of Marine Park. And so he's returned to the scene of the crime, already up to 21 from 10. Goes big once again. And this is just punishment. 4 more. And so now 19 runs off the over as the over comes to an end. Kinar Lewis quickly up to 25. It's 30 for no loss with 2 overs gone. Diamonds off to a flyer here, going at 15 runs and over. And already, Len, the asking rate has come down from 6.75 to down under 6 asking rate. Now just 5.80 runs per over, the requirement. So while there's a break in the action, I want to say good afternoon to Irfan Guja, who is in the ground. I want to say good afternoon to him. Welcome. Umar Hanif, also in the ground. I want to say good afternoon to him as well. Among a number of others, I saw Umar Farouk earlier. A number of individuals, Rizwan Mazar, among others who are always involved with events at this ground, Len. Pleasant good afternoon to everyone and welcome to a high quality tournament. Lots of quality players on display. High caliber talent. So Junaid Nadir, in fact, continues. Ball in the air, no ball is the call. So they scamper through for one, that's all they'll get. So Nadir starts with a no ball, and so free hit upcoming, and the man who will be on strike is the man they don't want to see on strike. It's Kenar Lewis that will be facing the free hit delivery. And Nadir already on the pressure lane. His first over cost him 11, and under pressure straight away.
Yes, Carl, the bowling continues to be a little bit off. We've seen wides, we've seen no ball, and now a free hit to an already Kenar Lewis who's really put some punishing blows on Friends United. So free hit ball, 25 to Lewis at the moment. And we've seen 3 4s and a couple of 6s off the bat of Kenar so far, so he'll get a chance to really go aggressively big again, with no fear that he could probably get out in one of 10 ways or 11 ways. Oh, big swing and a miss. So a good comeback delivery from Junaid Nadir, and they still go through for what could be a bye here. So 33 on the board.
And even though I don't see this individual, I want to say good afternoon to Melroy Kingston. I can hear him in the deep. Very active individual on the ground, usually spirited personality. Melroy, likes of Dervin Wallace. As this one is steered away again for at least one. In fact, they'll come back for a second, as Kenar Lewis having to amble. Can't really run as quickly as he would like, but Hemraj up to 4, score up to 35 already, and so now Len, just 100 needed from 106 balls, 100 needed from 106. Diamonds in the driver's seat with all 10 wickets in hand.
Yes, Carl, if you came into the ground wanting to see the New York Diamonds really bat and see some of their classy batsmen get a chance to really prove their worth here, you might be a little bit disappointed today, as it could be a situation where the likes of Chandrapal Hemraj and Kenar Lewis and Sean Finley, Aaron Jones and Saeed Abdullah, runs may not be enough to go around. Already they're off to a flyer. They're up to 35 in the 3rd over. We've seen quite a few wides on the ball. There we go. Struck and struck. Oh, it's out of the playing area by some yards. And that's the talent of Chandrapal Hemraj. He goes up to 10, is 41.
So he joins the 6-hitting party. He gets into double figures himself. And already Diamonds off to a flyer here. Inside just 3 overs, they already have 41 on the board. And so now just 94 needed from 104 balls. So far, Diamonds making light work of this run chase, as Kenar Lewis and Chandrapal Hemraj have set like a blistering foundation here for Diamonds.
Yes, Carl, if the presentation party was planning for a 4 o'clock presentation, they'll probably have to hurry up. The way things are going here, ball cut away nicely, running up towards the point boundary.
And they'll get another couple here. Even with the struggling Kenar Lewis, they get 2 easily. And so just elegant placement by Hemraj into the gap between point and cover point, and Getting 2 easy runs takes him up to 12. 43 on the board then. 1 ball remaining in over number 3.
So a better delivery here from Junaid. And so that's the completion of over number 3, 43 without loss. 43 without loss. Lewis is on 25, Hemraj is on 12, and 43 on the board.
So the Met League contingent in full effect on the ground. President of the Met League, the Metro League, Dervon Wallace, leading the charge. Miller Kingston, Grego, Nates, a whole number of individuals from the Met League camp. As a new bowler being introduced here, Tamid Ahmed gives way. His 1 over cost him 16, in fact cost him 19. And so he is replaced straight away with Deron Davis, who comes into the action. So he'll continue to Kennard Lewis. Lewis on 25 from just 12 balls. 2 6s and 3 4s already. Gets one that he's punching up to cover. Can't score. And so the score remains at 43. 92 needed from 101 balls. The asking rate down under 5.5.
Yes, Carl, and the ball has eluded both Lewis and the keeper.
And in fact, hard to see how that did not hit the stumps and beat everything, went right through the gates and beat not only Lewis but also beat the wicketkeeper and gone away for a bye. And so that takes the total up to 43, up to 44 actually, 44 for no loss. And the keeper there is Sajib Zaman. Maybe he came up a little bit early, probably swearing that that ball was going to be hitting the furniture.
So beautiful day here at Marine Park. Quite unusual for October, the 3rd week.
Yes.
But enjoy it while you can, Carl. I think from tomorrow is going to be a lot in the 50 towards the end of the month.
Yeah, and if there is a thing, if there is such a thing as global warming, might be in effect here. On a late October day and getting 60+ degree weather in New York City, not typical.
So 44 on the board, a good start here from the New York Diamonds. Friends United posting 134 for 7 off their 20. Really held down by some tidy bowling from the Diamonds team. And now they're here to defend 135, 44 on the board. Darren Davis, first class player out of Trinidad and Tobago, Red Steel player, Empire State Titans player, so he's played at top level, comes in here trying to get some bit of a breakthrough. He will not. This one is struck and struck well.
Impressive catch taken on the deep, one-handed. And does that count for anything? Let's see, 100 Guyanese dollars.
So 50 on the board for the Diamonds. Good looking shot from Chandrapal Hemraj. He goes up to 18 and brings up the 50 in just the 4th over.
Clean strike by Hemraj. 18 off 11. 50-run partnership comes up in quick time inside 4 overs. Still 2 overs remaining in the power play. And Kenar Lewis and Chandapal Hemraj making light work of this run chase so far, as Stephen Taylor has been given a ball. So he comes in here replacing Junaid Nadir. Nadir 2 overs, none for 22. And so Friends United can ill afford to not bring their best bowlers into the attack. And so they've gone for the U.S. national, for the Barbados Trident, Jamaica, Tallawah's former player, Stephen Taylor. He comes to the party and he'll be bowling to Kenar Lewis. Lewis on 25.
So 85 needed from 96, 85 needed from 96. Lewis is on 25, Hemraj is on 18, Taylor comes in. And that's a good delivery from Stephen Taylor. Anytime you're bowling to Kenar Lewis and you can keep him quiet, you're bowling good. So 51 on the board, Lewis goes up to 26 and brings his partner Chandrapal Hemraj. He's up to 18 from 11 balls. Couple of sixes for him. So Taylor makes a good start. A single and a dot. And so they are here to defend 84 more runs from 94 balls. We're in the 5th over. And so the good bowling of Stephen Taylor continues. Just a single. And the single that brings the hard-hitting Kenar Lewis back into play. 52 without loss. Oh, dropped.
Puts it on the turf. So can't give a chance like that to Kenar Lewis.
Yeah, any chance, even half chance, will have to be accepted. So they put one down.
Could be Junaid Nadir. Well, in fact, not Junaid. This one hit away for another boundary. So who is out there? Mafazir Saki or Gulzar Ahmed, one of the two.
So another 4 of the bat of Hemraj. He goes up to 23, 57 without loss. And a ball cut away. And another single here to Hemraj. The runs continues to come quite freely and easily here. And at the end of 5 is 58 without loss. So 58 without loss.
So 8 runs from that over. So what started out well ends up conceding 8, and so now just 77 needed from 90 balls. Asking rate down to 5 runs and over the ask. 5 runs and over the ask as Diamonds making short work here off this chase. 1 over remaining in the power play. And so still Chandapal Hemraj will be the man on strike. 24 from 15 balls so far. So he's effectively caught up to Kenar Lewis, who's started off on fire like a man with his hair on fire, and he has been joined now by Chandapal Hemraj. Both men striking it at well over 100. 169 strike rate for Lewis, 160 for Hemraj.
So the former Bangladesh on the 19 has been given the ball, Shakir Ahmed. And so 58 on the board. And so 77 needed from 90 balls. And another single here to Hemraj. So Hemraj goes up to 25. Lewis is on 27. And we're in the 6th over. Being bowled by Shakir Ahmed, leg spinner. And Carl Shakir comes in here, and certainly not his fault that the team is batting at 59 without loss. We've seen a tough drop chance We've seen some wides, several wides. We've seen no balls bowled. So it's 59 on the board. We saw Taylor bowling a very tidy over. And now Shakir Ahmed, he's a very experienced leg spinner. Another single here to Kenar Lewis takes the score up to 60 for no loss. They've gone quickly up to 60. We're just in the 6th over.
Yes, Len going at 10 and over. We're still inside the power play. And so that's just how effortless this run chase has been to this point for New York Diamonds. They've really attacked from the start, from the onset.
And Carl, typically when you're defending maybe 134, you do need some inspiration from the bowler and the fielder to make a difference. We haven't seen that yet. Oh, another poor delivery and struck well by Hemraj. He's not going to miss out on that. He gets an early gift for Christmas. 66 on the board.
And so he inches ahead of Lewis now. He goes up to 31. Lewis on 28, so he has struck 3 maximum so far. Chandapal Hemraj, 2 struck by Lewis. Partnership of 66 to lay a foundation here for Diamonds. They need now just 69 from 86 balls. Asking rate down under 5, 4.8. Down the track and hitting straight. And this time it's Goldazar, it looks like.
And Carl, previous to this ball, that's not the kind of ball you want to inspire your team to defend 135. So 67 without loss, Kenar Lewis on 28. So big appeal, not out, says umpire Danny Khan. So that completes over number 6. And after 6, chasing 135, Diamonds, they're batting at a 67 without loss.
Actually, that would be umpire Rowan McFarlane and Danny Khan signaling like, what are you looking at? Danny Khan pointing to the belly.
Yeah, that's Danny's twin. 67 without loss at the end of 6. With Chandrapal on 32, Kenar is on 28. The last time we saw Kenar here, Carl, he was playing an MVP innings, got among the runs in the Big 3 final. A final that got rained out, and the Bangladesh Tigers of the USA, they were declared winners using the Duckworth-Lewis method. So Stephen Taylor comes back into the attack and will come into bowl to Chandapal Hemraj, who's on 32 of 19 balls.
And the wicket falls here. Stephen Taylor goes through the defenses of Chandapal Hemraj. And he strikes in over number 7. Hemraj on the back foot looking to work the ball through the onside. And so the first wicket falls here is 67 for 1.
So Saeed Abdullah comes to the middle at the fall of Chandapal Hemraj, 67 for 1. And you get the feeling that, Carl, maybe this wicket here from Stephen Taylor, very good one. Is it a little too late? 67 for 1, they still require 68 from 83 balls.
Well, with the depth of the Diamonds batting, you would think they would have had to pick up a number of those wickets right at the outset, and what that would have done is push the run rate up and then added some more pressure on the batters coming in the middle overs or in the middle order. Nonetheless, Friends United, I'm sure will be happy to see the back of Chandapal Hemraj. He fell for 32 of 20 balls. With another hard-hitting batsman comes to the middle in the form of Abdullah Syed, and straight away he gets off the mark, up and running with a single, and that pushes the total up to 68. So they're halfway towards their total. 67 now needed from 82 balls, and so New York Diamonds needing just 5 runs, 4.9 runs and over the ask. Big hit, teeing off. Another maximum to Kenar Lewis, and he goes up and down, up and over, and takes Diamonds into the 70s, up to 74.
Yeah, powerfully struck by Kenar Lewis again. Goes up to 34. Another massive 6 here at Marine Park. So, as a bowler, when you're bowling to Kenar Lewis, Carl, are you surprised you get tonked out of the ground such a long way? Not at all. Kenar Lewis is on 34.
Well, he's such a quality batsman. Would have played for the Jamaica Talawas at one stage, opening the batting. And so, definitely a player of quality. Was given a life when he was on 26. As Stephen Taylor should have had him. It was a ball that was struck very hard, and in and out of the hands of the man diving away at short cover. And we think that individual was Mahfuzur Saki, but that's to be confirmed. But nonetheless, a chance went to begging, so Kenar Lewis lives to fight another day. That delivery concludes over number 7, 8 runs coming from it. It's 75 for 1. With Lewis on 35, Abdullah Syed on 1.
So Shakir Ahmed, first over went for 9, continues. So swing and a miss. So the equation is 60 runs needed from 77 balls. Asking 4.6. Abdullah is on 1, 35 to Kenar Lewis.
So Lewis just gets one that he's working into the onside. Ambling through for another single, takes him up to 36, the total up to 76, and it brings Abdullah back onto strike. He's on 1. Again, 135 runs needed. This is the championship final between New York Diamonds and Friends United. Down the leg side for another wide here. And so umpire McFarlane confirms that run number 77 should be added to the board.
So we've seen a lot of turn on the wicket today. We saw Moti and we saw Chandrapal Hemraj getting some bit of purchase on the pitch. And now we're seeing Shakir Ahmed. He's getting the ball to do a little bit here. Oh, top-edged in behind the keeper. No one will get there, and another single here to Kenar Lewis takes him up to 37, 79 for 1.
So very fortunate for Lewis, struggling against the turn of Shakir Ahmed. And twice in this over we saw a couple of good deliveries going, one going through Lewis, and then that one, him being fortunate to not have that carry to hand. And 79 on the board. Lewis up to 37. 56 needed from 74 balls as Abdullah works this one into the onside. Up to mid-wicket. Deron Davis comes up throwing. And the batters are through easily for another single, takes a total up to 80. So the batsmen content, Len, to milk this over out. 5 runs from the over so far with 1 ball remaining. Teeing off once again. Another maximum to Lewis, takes him up into the 40s. He goes up to 43, total up to 86. And Lewis dealing in maximums as we saw from his prior match here, Len, in the Big Three.
Yeah, not a big shot from Kinar Lewis. Heading towards King's Plaza. Diamonds batting at 86 for 1. Friends United 134 when they batted.
So the asking rate now down to 4 runs and over. 4 runs per over the ask. And Diamonds on fire here, just charging ahead. And really just decimating the bowling attack here of Friends United.
And Carl, it's not easy coming out to defend 134 with such a powerful team as put together here by the Diamonds. And we saw some not too stellar bowling to start with, and then saw one drop catch that certainly would have inspired the team to really come back. We haven't seen wickets falling. In fact, we've only seen the departure of Chandrapal Hemraj. So it has been a really daunting bowling reply by Friends United, and they can only hope that things can really go wrong here for NY Diamonds. In the meantime, it's probably a matter of formality now, as both Kinar Lewis and then the likes of Saeed Abdullah will be very, very tough to really dislodge. 88 for 1.
Well, they need to see the back of this guy in the worst way. They need to see Kinar Lewis back in the hut, as the longer he stays out there, the worse their chances of trying to eke out a victory here. And so far, he has given them a life that was not accepted. And so, Abdullah, he gets one, works it away into the onside for another single. And so he goes up to 5. And right now, Len, run a ball is all that's required, if that, 4 and over.
Yes, Carl, and Kinar Lewis probably putting his hands up for another MVP award here. Oh, look at that. It's teed off. Nadir. Oh, he takes the catch. Nadir. And finally, Kinar Lewis has to go for 44. It's 89 for 2.
So, well-judged catch by Nadir. Had to backpedal a ways. And Lewis just getting underneath the ball a bit. Did get the elevation, didn't get the distance. And so he perishes on 44. Now 89 for 2. And Friends United, perhaps sniffing an opening here, will have to look to see if they can press home their advantage. Or at least press home some bit of ascendancy here now that they've seen the back of Lewis. 89 for 2 with 69 balls remaining. We're just inside over number 9.
So Aaron Jones comes to the middle. Darren Davis. Carl has picked up 1. He's bowling 1.41 for 9 at the moment. And the last time we saw Aaron Jones and Saeed Abdullah, he was in the Titans matchup at Idlewild Park where both batsmen got 100.
What a delivery. What a delivery to start. Excellent bowling by Deron Davis. He's really had a terrific over this one. So far, just 3 runs off the over, including a wicket.
So from here on, they're defending 46, and that will change. But for the time being, they need to defend 46 runs. Can it be done?
46 from 11 overs. Asking rate, just 4 runs and over. And so, with the quality of this Diamonds batting lineup, it doesn't seem likely that they could falter from here, but that's why they play the games. That's why cricket is the game that is called the game of glorious uncertainties, because even when you see a team in such a dominant position as Diamonds appear to be, suddenly they can falter with a couple of deliveries, a couple of dismissals. The other team can sort of get back in the hunt. So it looks like it will be Shakir Ahmed to continue. Abdullah Saeed will be the man on strike. Abdullah on 5 has faced 6 balls. Aaron Jones stands at the non-striker's end for the moment. Aaron Jones, a quality talent, prolific run scorer, big appetite for runs, can stroke it all around the ground.
Yes, Carl, a couple of weeks ago he got 100 in the Somerset Cavaliers versus Empire State Titans game and got a 99 in the second game.
Off that doubleheader up at 223rd minor league action.
So Shakir continues over number 10. And so 46 runs needed from 65 balls. Can Friends United defend that? Have to wait and see a ball beaten by Abdullah.
Going across the line, another good delivery from Shakir. And
so end of season here, the part of the New York Diamonds crew that consists of quite a few of the players that plays for the Cavaliers franchise will be starting to head up to the US Open. There's also the Houston Premier League coming up Thanksgiving weekend. So top edge into the offside, and Abdullah goes for 5. It's 89 for 3.
And a team dismissal for Abdullah, looking to go through the onside, hitting against the spin, hitting against the turn. And the catch is taken. And it looks like the man catching there was Ali Samad. And so Abdullah back on his way to the hut. It's 89 for 3, 89 for 3 in over number 10.
So 46 from 62. 46 from 62. Sean Finley comes to the middle. And so 89 for 3. We're in the 10th over. Shakir Ahmed picks up his first wicket. He's bowling a 1 for 20, 2.4. And so the left-hander, Sean Finley, former West Indies player, comes out to the middle with the equation reading 46 from 62. 46 from 62. So Shakir will come into bowl to Aaron Jones. And Jones left the ball alone outside the off stump. And Carl, the first match played by the NY Diamonds in this season, in fact in the Columbus Day T20, it was a game similar to this one. They were chasing 128 against Strikers and they lost by 1 run. No ball is the call from umpire McFarlane.
Whoa, that would have been a maiden over, Len. A maiden wicket over. Instead, the no ball call adds 1 to the total, takes the score up to 90, and it gives a free hit here to Aaron Jones.
Yeah, very bad no ball. It came at the wrong time. You were right on that. It was the final ball and now it becomes a free hit, already giving up 1 more run. So here's a free hit ball, Aaron Jones. He's faced 4 ball yet to get off the mark. Oh, not a good delivery. So what an over here from Shakir Ahmed. Quality one, just the no ball coming off that over. And Carl, 45 needed from 60 balls. And just coming back to the first match of the series by NY Diamonds against Strikers at Whitestone Park. Strikers made 128 and the NY Diamond lost that game by 1 run, so you never know what can happen. And so 45 needed from 60 balls, 90 for 3. So Stephen Taylor, 1 for 16 off 2. And he will come into bowl to Sean Finley. Finley yet to face the ball. He will open his account now as Taylor runs into bowl to Finley. Ball heading down the leg side, called it wide. And so the extras goes up. 91 for 3.
10. So extras totaling 10, wides totaling 5. And Finley is up and running. He's away. And score moves up to 92. Diamonds needing just 43 from 60 balls effectively. So 10 overs to get 43 runs, 4.3 runs per over the ask. And so not an imposing or certainly not a demanding asking rate, but Friends United looking to apply some pressure here with Shakir Ahmed, Deron Davis, and now Stephen Taylor looking to pull themselves back into contention. They need wickets to be able to do so, and so far they've picked up 3. And looking for more as Aaron Jones is now up and running. He gets off the mark after 6 deliveries. 93 then the total on the board for the loss of 3 wickets. Diamond still going at 9 runs and over. The asking rate at the outset was 6.75. And so well ahead of the asking rate with 7 wickets in hand. Hit well down the ground towards Nadir. And he feels can't stop 1. And Finley up to 2. Total up to 94. Stephen Taylor has had a reasonably good afternoon with the ball. 2.3 overs, 1 for 20 to this point. Wickets are required here for Friends United. They're trying to get back into this game. Ball hit well into the deep, up and over the man at backward square. And perhaps poorly positioned, perhaps should have been back up against the boundary. In the end, the ball just eluding him and running away for 4. So Aaron Jones gets a life.
Yeah, in the end, a good shot, good productive shot from Jones. He goes up to 5 and brings the equation down to 37 from 56. 37 from 56.
So Ali Samad in the wrong position on that time, on that occasion. Perhaps not back deep enough. Maybe he should have been bracing the boundary and walking in. In the end, ball just eluding him. And so Stephen Taylor thought he had one, just missing, and that's the game of inches that cricket is. And had Samad been perhaps a foot or two backwards, could have been a different outcome. As another single pushes the total up to 99, and it brings Finley back onto strike. He's on 2.
Yeah, the game is today's game has really been tough on Friends United. Oh, poor delivery going down the leg side. Sean Finley helps himself.
And that will bring up the 100, Len. That will bring up the 100 for Diamonds. It comes up in over number 11. And so Finley smashes it away. 105 for 3. As 15 coming off that Stephen Taylor over. And it's 105 for 3 with 11 overs completed.
So 105 for 3, 30 runs from 54 balls. Whether or not it's relevant with 54 balls, that's the figures out here. So 30 runs needed. Jones is on 6, Finley is on 8. And it looks like Darren Davis will come into the attack here. Darren Davis 1 for 9 off 2. And we'll come into ball to Aaron Jones. Jones is on 6. Sean Finley is on 8. And New York Diamonds in reply to 134 posted by Friends United. They're batting 105 for 3. So not an easy single here as New York Diamonds goes in search of perhaps a title here in the Columbus Day T20 tournament that ends today. We've had a very, very good day in terms of the weather. Could be the last really warm day for this year, as the weather tonight, of course, goes into freezing mark, Carl, into the 40s, and tomorrow at about 54 the high.
Yep, we're finally getting into fall weather. Hit well down the ground into the gap, and that would be 4 runs. So quickly, Sean Finley goes up into double figures. He goes up to 12. Score up to 110. 110 for 3. 25 more to get on 51 balls.
So the Friends United team, Carl, will have to do a post-mortem to see what went wrong. Certainly not enough runs. We saw many of their top batters getting out pretty tamely. Very, very soft dismissal. And so, except for a couple of batsmen, Andrew McCarthy and Labib, no one stood up to the relatively strong bowling attack by the Diamonds team at the end. Many in the park thought they lost the game by just scoring a very subpar score, 134. So single here to Finley. He goes up to 13 and brings the equation down to 24 to win, with an asking rate 2.9 and over.
So 24 needed from 49 balls. Deron Jones just stretching out the quads. Or Deron Davis, rather. Ball outside the off stump to complete the over, 6 runs from it. And so it's 111 for 3 at the end of 12, with Diamonds needing an additional 24 runs from the next 8 overs at an asking rate of 3 runs per over to emerge victorious. Again, while there's a break in the action, I want to take a moment to say good afternoon to Naeem Arif. We saw him among the action here as he's in the ground. I want to say good afternoon to Naeem. The celebrities are here, so we have to acknowledge them. I want to say good afternoon to Naeem for sure. So you're watching the Columbus Day T20, ball in the air, not carrying to hand. And Sean Finley looking to go through the onside. Doesn't get a hold of it as well as he would have liked. Does well enough to pick up a single, moves him up to 14. Brings Aaron Jones back onto strike. This is the Columbus Day T20 2020 final, featuring New York Diamonds and the Friends United Cricket Club. Another single here. The ball worked into the onside by Jones.
Yeah, Aaron Jones, part of the U.S. national setup at the moment. Very good stroke player. Safe batsman. You want him to be out in the middle. He gets the job done, and certainly with a big start by Kinar Lewis and Chandrapal Hemraj, that certainly would have made his job a little bit easier today. No pressure on the batting team at all.
So quicker delivery through the air from Taylor. Forces Sean Finley to defend for the moment. Finley 14 from 10. So content to just absorb a few deliveries, going well ahead of the, well over the 100 strike rate. Hit well down the ground straight. And Nadir gives up the chase straight away. And so that's 4 more to Aaron Jones. And in fact to Finley. And that takes him up to 18 and the total up to 117. And so now just 18 more runs are required from 43 balls. Sean Finley on fire here, 18 from 11. Hit well again down the ground. Junaid, this time diving attempt, can't get there. And that's 4 more to Finley. And he motors up to 22. And the total up to 121 as the over comes to an end. 10 runs from it. It's 121 for 3 at the end of 13. So 14 more needed from 42 balls or 7 overs. 14 more runs to get from 7 overs. Asking rate down to 2 runs and over. 2 runs and over the ask. So Shakir Ahmed to finish here. 3 overs, 1 for 21. So he comes back into the attack to finish his bowling spell. And he starts over number 14 with a dot. 121 for 3. 14 more runs needed for Diamonds.
Swan just leaving, knowing he's got time. 14 from 40 deliveries. Swan swept away, should be a couple of runs. And it will be. In fact, going for more. So 3 added to the score, and that pushes the Diamonds to just 11 more runs from 39 deliveries.
Yeah, the body language of the Friends United team, Carl, beginning to show some distress here. It's quite daunting out in the middle. 11 runs from 39 balls, with still 7 wickets standing. We've seen a partnership of 35 between Finley and Aaron Jones. And so it's 124 on the board, 124 for 3. So ball played into the onside. That will complete. That will complete over number 14. So 10 runs needed from 36. 10 needed from 36.
All right, so a new bowler introduced here. We'll pick up the name of this bowler. So Shahel, he starts with a good delivery.
So Sahil Sheikh, given the ball, makes a good start. Still 10 needed from 35 balls. So pulled into the onside and it goes away.
And can't catch that. It wasn't anywhere close to the fielder there. And so 129 then, 6 more required. Sean Finley up to 27. And so their run chase here made to look very pedestrian.
Yes, Carl, an early day at the office. I wonder what I'll do with 2 hours to kill.
Well, Coney Island is not too far away. Oh, this could be the game. Up and over, it's gone a distance, and that seals it for New York Diamonds. They win emphatically by 7 wickets with 33 balls remaining as Sean Finley smashes it out of the ground. He finishes unbeaten on 33 from 18 balls. It's a 7-wicket triumph, thumping win for New York Diamonds.